Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Yes, this is the most excited I think I've been. I think I said this in my last video too when I did the junk food taste testing, but this is probably the most excited I've been for a mukbang in a really long time because I am trying two things that I've never tried before in my entire life. One is a bread bowl, so I made both of these things homemade. I'll post the recipes in the description, but yes, I'm so excited. So I made French onion soup because I love French onion soup. And then, so I put two different kinds of cheeses in here, provolone and Swiss. And then this is like a sourdough loaf type thing. So I'm excited. And then this is a Pizookie, which I've also never had a Pizookie before, which seems insane because it seems like something I would really be into. I'm very pumped about how it turned out, at least aesthetically, because it actually looks good. So yes, I am just ready to freaking eat this. And then I'm also going to be doing a Q&A because I haven't done a Q&A in actually a really long time. I kind of did one with Sarah, my sister, a couple weeks ago, but it was more questions that people wanted to ask her, and then she could just be in the video and answer them. So this is a Q&A and a Pizookie and bread bowl mukbang. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm just gonna dig in because I'm excited and I want to eat this. Ooh, it feels soft. So the cool thing about, my mouth is watering. The cool thing about this Pizookie is I split the dough in half, and so I put dough on the bottom. Well, I just did it according to the recipe, but dough on the bottom and then mini Reese's like layered in the middle. I did white and milk chocolate, and then dough on top, and then I put M&Ms and chocolate chips on top. So what the heck? I think this might be the best thing I've ever made for a mukbang or a cheat day. It's like so buttery and soft. The dough is like a sugar cookie dough, so it's kind of simple. And then the Reese's and stuff, I can taste those. And then I also, the ice cream I use is the Tillamook Monster Cookie because when I did my huge ice cream sundae mukbang, that was the flavor of ice cream that I liked best. It was the one that I said tasted like kind of like a sweet milk. I didn't want it to be like a super heavy ice cream. That's a 10 out of 10. Easily. And it was so easy to make too. That's the crazy thing. So if you want to make a Pizookie, just click the recipe in the description because I got it off this random cooking blog, but obviously she knows what she's talking about. So for the Q&A, let's see what you guys asked. I posted it to the YouTube community tab, but then I also got I got one Instagram DM from someone saying they didn't know how to use the YouTube community tab, so I also asked on Instagram, so I'm gonna have two places to check. So I'll do a couple, or I'll do most from YouTube, and then I'll go to Instagram and check. Let's see. Kelly Wilson asked, have you ever gotten sick from overeating on a cheat day? Yes, I kind of have. I haven't really gotten like sick, but it was my cheat day from last summer actually. I think it was my first official full cheat day. And my sister made me these insanely good donuts. Like, they were really good, but they were also super sweet, and she made me 6 different kinds, and I didn't even eat all of them. I think I had maybe like 3/4 of them, but it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I was laying down on the couch after, and I had to drive her to work, and I was like, ugh, I don't want to get up. Like, I just felt so full. But then I came back, and I think later that night I had mac and cheese. So it was just one of those things where like the sugar rush kind of hits you and you just feel like and then you get over it. Yeah, usually I can, like, I know to stop myself before that point, but the donuts, I swear, just came out of nowhere, and it just, like, I just felt like death all of a sudden. So Kathleen Egar asks, I love you, Megan. How do you deal with body image in relation to social media, like comparing your body to other girls? And how do you maintain good self-esteem, and what are your tips on being confident? That's a really tricky one because I'm not the most confident person. That's the thing. I feel like I'm sure a lot of people would look at my Instagram or my YouTube videos and think that I'm super confident. It's not like I lie on my Instagram or my YouTube, but like it's just not natural to post about, like, I mean, I know some people do, which is awesome, but for me it's not natural to post about like bad body image days or like things I don't like about myself. And so I think it's easy to go on Instagram and see like these perfect photos, which most of the time, I talked about this in my Q&A with Sarah. I'll link in the description these 2 Instagrams that I follow that kind of expose, I guess you could say, Instagram models who edit their photos in terms of like changing their body and stuff, or photoshopping their body. And it's not even in a bad way. Like, a lot of people call those accounts hate accounts, but in my eyes, I just look at it as a way to get access to the truth. I can follow all these girls on Instagram. I don't know if they're edited or not. I've never seen them in real life, so I just have to keep in mind, like, most stuff that you see on Instagram isn't indicative of someone's real life or how they really look. So yeah, I look 1,000 times better on Instagram, like, because all my pictures, I have my makeup on and all that kind of stuff, but if you see me during the week, like, I just look like a scrub. So yeah, I just have to remind myself that Instagram is a highlight reel. Even my Instagram's a highlight reel in a way. So yeah, I guess that's how I deal with it, even though I'm not the best because I'm not the most confident. So I tried to put on like a little bit less lipstick today, so we'll have to see how it holds up through the course of the video, because I think that's the only reason why my lipstick stays on is because I usually wear a lot of it. Emmy True asked, has your ex messaged you at all since you broke up? I talked about this in my breakup video. He messaged me, so we didn't talk for like a month after we broke up. Literally 0 contact, nothing at all. And then literally the day before I filmed my breakup video, he texted me. And a lot of people I kind of forgot to mention like what he even texted me about. I just said that he texted me, but he basically wanted to apologize for, I didn't go into detail about why we broke up, but he wanted to apologize for, I guess, what he did that made me break up with him. And so, and also apologize for the fact that he hadn't reached out and all that stuff. And then he also was wondering if I wanted to get back together with him, but I mean, I feel like even if I wanted to, just because I've been there where I've gotten like back together with an ex, and well, I got back together with my other ex like 30 times, 40, no, honestly like 200 times, I swear to God. So since that, I've just said to myself, you know, if you're done, you just need to be done. When I made the decision to break up with him, I knew that was like it, because I don't ever want to go back and forth with someone like that again. So yeah, he hasn't messaged me since that though. So yeah, it's crazy. I was thinking about it the other day. It's been like 3 months since we broke up, which is just insane. Lauren Smith asked, have you been dating anyone new? If not, do you want to stay single for a while, or are you open to the idea of starting to date again? I haven't talked to anyone at all, first off. Not even a single text message or Instagram DM, quite honestly. Like, I have been the most single I feel like I've ever been in my entire life. I really, really want to focus on myself and getting myself moved to New York and getting my personal training degree or certification, and I just need to focus on all those things right now. and I really don't have time. Like, I literally don't even have time to begin to date someone. Or I guess I could make time if it was something that I felt like it was really important to me, but it's not. I'm not planning on dating anyone anytime soon, just because I'm happy being single right now, so yeah. Dude, that's so good. It's honestly, I should have put a little bit more soup in here. It's kind of like a, because you're supposed to put pieces of bread in there too. When you cut out the bowl, I saved part of the bread inside, and you're supposed to put it inside with the soup, and it appears that I didn't put enough soup in here, so it's kind of just like a cheesy bread mess, but it's still really good. I think what happened is the bread soaked up literally all the soup, but I can't complain because it's still really bomb. I also Googled how to eat bread bowls because I didn't, it seems like it'd be something that's like somewhat obvious to how to do, but it also, it wasn't obvious to me, obviously. And I guess you're supposed to rip off pieces and eat it with the soup, so. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but this is sourdough bread. If I'm remembering correctly, I was choosing between French and sourdough, and I'm pretty sure I picked sourdough. Both of these things are 10s. Nana's asked, let's get personal. What's the craziest place you've had sex, and what's Sarah's type in men? Oh, it was with my ex, so not Eric, but my prior ex, a lot of exes. The ex that I dated in college that I've done story times on, it was with him. And if you live in Seattle, you know of Alki Beach. There's like this little park that overlooks Alki, so I think the road is called California Drive or something. It's in West Seattle, which I'm not really familiar with, but yes, we were out there once one night. I think it was like a random weeknight, so it was really dead. I don't know what we were doing. We were just hanging out at the park for some reason, and we hooked up there. But it was like there was no one around, so it wasn't like even that crazy because it was like dark out, even though it was public, like it was dark out, and yeah. But I guess that'd be the craziest place. And then as far as Sarah's type of men, she really likes skinny, tall, blonde guys. Which was always like the exact opposite for me, because before my last ex, I'd only dated mixed or black guys before. And yeah, so it was like the exact opposite, because she liked skinny, tall, white guys, and I liked athletes who were usually black. So it was just funny. That was like the one thing that I guess as twins we were different in. So yeah, her type is like kind of more skatery surfer guys. I can't get over how good both these things are. I'm gonna turn this around. Sangita Chaturvedi, I'm so sorry, I think I've totally murdered that. But she asked, what do you do with the remaining food, especially when you do a full cheat day? You bring a lot of food, so how do you control yourself to not eat them? Well, it depends. Like, if I'm doing a cheat day, there's been a couple times where if I'm doing a cheat day or if I make like a shit ton of food, my sister and I will pack it up. We brought it to homeless people in Seattle. I just never posted about it or anything. I hate when people give or do anything for anyone and have to post about it. It's like, really, did you do it because you wanted to be a good person or because you want people to think you're a good person? So yeah, there's been a couple times that we've done that. And then when I was dating my ex, I would also give him a lot of the food too, because he always wanted to try it. And then besides that, if it looks really like gross, if it's like half eaten or even like 3/4 of the way eaten, like I'm not gonna give it to someone. I'll just throw it out if it's like disgustingly like food scraps that no one wants to eat. So this is like the perfect piece of bread and cheese. I remember the way that I first heard about Pizookies was actually Stephanie Buttermore did a Pizookie eating challenge, and she had like 4 or 5 Pizookies, I think, and she couldn't finish them, so her boyfriend helped her. I have something on my lip. But I remember thinking like, holy fuck, that looks so good. And that was before I even like had a YouTube channel, and so that's when I used to watch mukbang videos and cheat day videos, because I myself was dieting and they helped me. And so I remember like thinking to myself, there's nothing more I want in this world right now than one of those Pizookies she has. Calamity Jane 54 asked, have either you or your ex considered giving your relationship another shot? Also, what happened to that cute kitten you had? So I kind of already answered the first part. And then Draco, he was technically never my cat. Like, I get a lot of questions about him. He was technically never my cat. He was by default my cat because I lived with my sister and he was her cat. But yeah, Draco wasn't my kitten. And then now he lives with my mom, just because if you watch my channel, you know, her and my dad recently are getting divorced. And so she moved out, and they used to have a whole bunch of animals. Well, they still do have a bunch of animals, but they stay at my dad's house. And so my mom wanted an animal, I guess you could say. And so Draco stays at her apartment now. But she lives like 45 minutes away from me, so I don't really ever see him. Serena Matos asked, do people treat you differently now that you're thin? Yes, I would 100% say they do. I feel like I've talked about this before in a video, but it's crazy how differently people treat me. A, now that I'm thin, and B, now that I have like semi-success on YouTube. Like, it's just so funny. Like, I see right through everyone's bullshit. Like, I've had people who were mean to me or people who are just indifferent to me, and now they want to try to be my friend. And I don't know if it's because of YouTube or because I'm thin now and they didn't want to be friends with someone who's chubby. I don't fucking know, but yeah, people for sure do. But it honestly just makes me glad that I used to be bigger, because I just know how fake those people are, you know? Like, if you never paid me mind before and now you're hitting me up on Instagram asking me to hang out, like, what are your motives, you know? That's also too why it's like, I think I've also said this, but it's hard for me to date guys now, because I feel like guys used to be so like, not mean to me, but I feel like when it comes to guys, especially in high school, which is when I was fat, it's like they're not mean to you, but they're really only nice to you if you're attractive. And I know that's not true for every guy, but I just feel like most people, it's like they don't want to be your friend if you make them uncomfortable with how you look. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of forget like what I was trying to say with this question, but I hope that answered it. I feel like whenever I wipe my hands, I always try to like put it up here so people know what I'm doing, because I feel like people are gonna think I'm like wiping my shorts or something, but I have a napkin with me. XO Karina Marie asked, what are your thoughts about the afterlife? What do you think happens? Do you believe in heaven and hell? I don't believe in heaven or hell. I feel like when you die, you just die, which is depressing, I know. And I've talked to my sister about this several times because we both have the same beliefs, I guess you could say, in terms of heaven and hell and the afterlife and stuff. We both wish that we did believe in heaven, because when I'm not trying to like push my beliefs on anyone, you're totally allowed to think whatever you think. This is just like my personal beliefs. It does kind of suck. If something's going wrong in my life, I can't be like, well, I'll be in heaven eventually, like shit's gonna be great. It's kind of like, well, life is shitty and then you die, you know what I mean? But I mean, obviously that's like a more depressing version of like what I actually think, but yeah, I don't believe in the afterlife or anything like that. I can't tell if this looks gross on camera or not, but I promise you it is so good. It's like so salty, savory. The onions are amazing. I just like, it's also kind of getting too hard to eat with a fork, so I hope I don't offend anyone with using my hands. I mean a spoon, not a fork. I guess kind of on that same note, Cece asked, why do you not believe in God? I guess I don't have a specific reason why I don't believe in God. I just never have. I remember in like 5th grade or 6th grade, I read this book called The God Delusion. Well, I didn't fully read it, and I probably even at the time didn't fully understand it, but it kind of just validated the beliefs that I'd always had about God and stuff like that, but I feel like I was too young to kind of formulate them. And so when I read that book, it was kind of eye-opening, because I was like reading someone explain exactly how I felt about what made sense and what didn't. So yeah, if you haven't read The God Delusion and you're curious, I think it's a really good book. It's by Richard Dawkins. Cami C asked, when will you be doing another smoking mukbang? I don't know if I'll be doing another smoking mukbang, but I have been contemplating or toying with the idea of doing some sort of drinking video. I kind of want to convince my mom to do it with me, but I don't know if she'll be down. And if not, I kind of want to do some sort of like drinking game video. If you have any ideas of how to incorporate like a drinking game into a mukbang, please let me know, because whenever I read you guys' ideas for videos, I'm like, how am I a YouTuber when you guys are so much more creative than me? Like, okay, my camera just died, but I was saying that I will try to think of creative video ideas that I feel like people would want to watch, and I can't think of any. And so if you have any ideas for how to incorporate a drinking video into a mukbang, please let me know. Or if you'd rather see another smoking one, I can also do that. Mother Gifts asked, when are you moving to NYC, and where are you and Sarah planning to live there? Manhattan, Brooklyn, etc. We are planning to move this summer, ideally like end of July, beginning of August, but it kind of depends on, we're both saving up. I'm nearly at my goal. We're both just trying to save up a couple of months rent, actually 6 months rent, and then we're just gonna go. So hopefully it's like midsummer, and we don't know where exactly we are going to live yet. Ideally, obviously Manhattan is the goal, but it's also expensive. So I don't know, any of the boroughs would be cool. My mom grew up in Brooklyn, so it would be cool to live there too. And then I have family on Long Island, so yeah, that would be awesome. But ideally Manhattan, even though it's very expensive. I don't know. I actually might like this bread bowl better than I like the Pizookie. Believe it or not. Vanessa Bravo Lopez asked, can you explain the point of eating so much protein? What is the point? Also, do you think you can achieve the same results you have been without drinking protein shakes, powders, etc.? I've always been curious as to why people drink the powders. You don't need to drink protein powder at all. You don't need protein powder whatsoever. It's just an easier way for people to get protein in, because the calorie content versus the protein content is low. It's low calories and high protein. And the reason why you want to take protein or eat enough protein is because when you're lifting, so like if I'm doing arms or something, and you're doing biceps or whatever, you're creating little micro tears in your biceps. So that's what lifting weights does, is as actually breaking down your muscles. But what you need to repair those muscles is amino acids, which is what protein is made out of. You need to eat protein in order to repair those micro tears. And when those micro tears repair themselves, they repair themselves bigger and stronger. So that's how you gain muscle mass, is just literally tearing down your muscles and building them up, tearing them down, building them up, tearing them down, building them up, tearing them down, building them up. And that's why it takes forever to build muscle, because it's a slow process. But yeah, that's why you need protein, is because if you don't have amino acids, your muscles won't be able to recover and repair themselves as well, and you won't make as many gains. So yes, you don't need protein powder though. It's just a way to get more protein in if you are struggling to. So yeah, I hope that made sense, and I hope that answered the question in a way that made sense. Nicole Morris asked, when are you collabing with Nick Dompierre? Which is funny because we were literally just DMing about it yesterday, and we're hopefully gonna collab this summer, which is gonna be so awesome. And I'm also still in the works with planning a collab with Olivia, Always Hungry. So that's as far as things are planned right now, is just like tentatively, hopefully in the summer. But if I know more, or when I know more, I will let you guys know so that you can know, I guess, and I'll keep you in the loop. Because I'm excited, because especially with Olivia, I've literally been watching her videos before I even started my own channel. So it'll be really cool to do a cheat day with her. Let's see. Serena Matos asked, what's the worst and best part of doing YouTube? Also, you're my favorite YouTuber. Okay, first off, thank you so much. I love when people say that. Like, it's just crazy that people would say I'm their favorite YouTuber. But anyways, the worst part about doing YouTube is probably working for myself. Just because I don't have set hours, I feel like I could always be doing something, or I could always be working more, or I could always be filming a better video. I could always make my videos better. Since I don't have someone approving my work, like if you think about when you are in college and you get a grade back, you know you did well. For me, it's like, fuck, like what else could I be doing better? Best part, I mean, there's so many good parts to it. It's just like, I don't know, I can't imagine myself doing anything else. Even though I work more than a normal 9-to-5 person, it's cool that I get to work at home and do my own hours. It's also cool because it's not something that everyone gets to say that they do. Like, it's cool that I literally make money off YouTube. I never thought I would say that about myself. So I would say that's still the coolest part to me, just because 2 years ago, like if you were to tell me that my job would be filming YouTube videos, I would not believe you. And so it's just crazy that to see, I guess, how far my life has come since then. I guess it's overall good. There's really no like number one thing, but yeah. Devarsh asks, when are you going to get your personal trainer license? You know we will all be waiting to get tips and workout advice from you. I probably have like 3 months left, hopefully. It's hard because I already purchased my course. I'm doing the NASM certification, but it's hard because it's self-study. And so there's no technical end to the course. It just is whenever you take your test. And I haven't scheduled my test yet just because I don't know how long the course is going to take me. I have technically until October to take it, but I obviously don't want to wait that long. So I'm hoping in 3 months, especially since from what I've read out of the book already, like I already know a lot of it. And so I'm hoping that's what the rest of the book will be like. And it'll kind of just be like a review for me. So that's also why it's been hard. Like, I don't know if anyone has really noticed that I've been somewhat absent from YouTube, but it's been hard for me to find time to balance YouTube and getting my certification at the same time. So if my videos are a little bit lacking in regularity, if I'm like not posting as much, that's why. It's not for any other reason besides the fact that I'm just busy. But yeah, thank you so much, Devarsh, for saying that. That really made my day. Celine R asked, do you sometimes feel awkward around people? Yes, all the time. Literally, when I was buying this stuff for my mukbang, I felt awkward with the cashier because he was turning bright red, and that made me feel embarrassed. Like, I don't know why he was turning red, but then I started turning red. It's actually funny to think about now because it's like so stupid. I don't know why I get so awkward and shy and embarrassed, especially because it's not like he was cute or anything. He wasn't ugly, but like it wasn't like I was interested in him. But yeah, he started turning red, and then I started turning red, and then I couldn't even make eye contact, and I was like, get me the fuck out of here. So yes, I'm always awkward, pretty much. Momina Ali asked, what body goals are you aiming for? Lean, muscular, tone, etc. Also love you. I love you too. And okay, my body goals are Hattie Boydell, I think is how you say her name. She's my body goal. So I follow her on Instagram. Oh, she's like so insanely muscular, but like lean at the same time and still feminine, and just like, she's amazing. So that's my body goals. One day, give me like 10 years and I'll maybe get there. Huda Jubali, I'm sorry, I think I also mispronounced that, but asked, are you a religious person? If not, what do you think about religious people? And I kind of already answered that. I'm not religious, but I don't care if someone's religious or not. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me feel differently about them. The only thing for me is like, just don't try to force your beliefs on me, and I won't try to force my beliefs on you. Like, for people who believe in a specific religion, they typically feel very strongly about it, but that also doesn't mean that you need to push that on me, you know? So, but yeah, I also don't care. Like, you're allowed to believe whatever you want, you know? Yana asked, how's your new gym, LMAO? I love my new gym. So it's actually like 30 minutes away from my apartment, which seems crazy that I would drive. I mean, I have 2 gym memberships. So one gym, I actually went back to my old gym that, if you've been following me since I first started posting, that's like the first gym that I would post my workout videos at. I'm back there, and then I joined a different gym that's like 30 minutes away from me, just because it's like, I just love it there. It's new, so it's clean. The people who work out there, like, they put their weights away, they mind their business. Imagine that. So yeah, I really like it there. It's a 24-hour fitness too, so it wasn't even expensive. And to me, it's worth a drive. Like, I really don't mind driving 30 minutes to go to the gym. But then, if I'm shorter on time, I will go to the other gym, which is only like 10 minutes away, maybe 15. Layla Boom asked, what is your favorite song at the moment? Also, I loved your suggestion of Hurricane by Luke Combs. Such a good song. If you haven't listened to Hurricane by Luke Combs yet, listen to it. It's amazing. But my other favorite song right now, that is even more amazing. Like, I am obsessed with this song. I wish I could play it right now, but I'd probably get demonetized. I'll just post it in the description. It's by this guy named Dijon. It's spelled like the mustard. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's called Dog Eyes. Oh my god, it just speaks to my soul. My sister sent it to me, and the first 5 seconds of me listening to it, I was like, holy shit, this song is so good. And I've probably listened to it like 300 times since then. So, and he's not even famous either. I was so surprised. I follow him on Instagram. I think he has less followers than I do, which is insane. Like, he needs to be famous like now. But yeah, I'll post it in the description because you guys need to listen to it because it's amazing. I almost forgot. See, I knew I was gonna do that. I'm gonna go to Instagram really fast and look at a couple DMs. I know I'm gonna miss so many, and I'm sorry. I wish I could like answer everyone's individually, but annoying individual asked, hi, I have a question for your Q&A. What about you has changed the most during your fitness journey, and what about you has stayed the same? Thanks so much. I love you and your channel. Thank you so much for loving me and my channel. What has changed the most about me is, I would say, like, the way that I go about lifting. When I first started lifting, my goal was to definitely gain muscle, but I didn't. Ooh, I almost just hit over my water bottle. My goal was to gain muscle for sure, but I also wasn't going about it in the right way. I was doing a lot of supersets, a lot of lighter weight or medium weight movements, which aren't the best. And it was more cardio based, I would say. So I would do a lot of like supersets and circuits and all that kind of stuff. And I did see a difference for sure. Like, I did gain muscle mass, I did lose a little bit of weight, but now I definitely go about lifting in a different way because I've learned just from trial and error, research, all that kind of stuff, how I should be lifting to like maximize my muscle gain. So I lift a lot heavier now. That's like the main thing, is I like really push myself with the weights that I lift. And then what stay the same is, I would say, just like my love for mastering new exercises or mastering like something new at the gym, which, by the way, speaking of this, I just got my first pull-up ever, which is so exciting. I posted it onto my fitness Instagram. I'll link it in the description, but yes, I posted a video of it. I got my first pull-up, which has been my goal for so long. So yeah, stuff like that. I mean, it's always been my favorite thing, to like master new things, and I feel like that's what stayed the same about me. And I also feel like at the same time, that's what's helped me stay consistent. It's because it's something that I genuinely like love doing, and if you love it, you're gonna want to do it. And I feel like that's why I've been able to see good progress in the past like year and a half or so. So yeah. I'm getting full. I'm gonna just answer a couple more because I'm getting very full. And Reese Flores asked, would you ever be okay with sharing your time of birth and birthplace as well as the date? I would love to know your birth chart. I was born, I don't know if you mean like hospital, birthplace. So time of birth, I think it's 12/31. I think Sarah was born 12/29 and I was born 12/31. And September 26th. And birthplace, Valley Medical Hospital, I believe, in Renton. But Washington, I don't know like how specific I need to be, but yeah, it's called Valley Medical Hospital. Alexia Vag, I don't think that's right. I don't think it's Alexia Vag. What? Or that's probably not how you pronounce it. Alexia Valle G is her name, but it's spelled Alexia Vag. But she asked, I love you, Megan. I wanted to ask you if you struggle with body image, because I've been struggling a lot with that, mostly because of bloating. And what are your thoughts on reverse dieting? Bad body image days, they fucking suck. I know, like tomorrow I'll probably have at least mildly not good body image day, just because today I felt lean at the gym and I felt good and I could see my muscles and I was like, I'm looking good. And then tomorrow I'm gonna be bloated as fuck because of this food. I mean, it's worth it. What I do is I just wear a baggy t-shirt. Like tomorrow I'll just wear a baggy t-shirt to the gym. Nothing wrong with that. It actually kind of helps me have a better workout sometimes because I feel more incognito than if I'm wearing like a tank top or something. So I'll just wear a baggy t-shirt, just bust out my workout in the morning. I always have a way better day when I kill my workout early and then I have the rest of the day to do whatever. And then besides that, just remind yourself that it's just a bad body image day. Like if I felt good today, why tomorrow should I feel like shit about myself? What, because I had bread? That's what I try to remind myself, is that it's all just a cycle. There's good days, there's bad days, there's medium days, and just take each day as it comes, as corny as that sounds. So, and then for reverse dieting, I am a huge fan of it. I think it's the best way to up your maintenance calories. If you don't know what reverse dieting is, it's basically exactly what it sounds like. So if you think about when you are dieting or cutting, typically your calories are lower and you're doing cardio. So reverse dieting is instead of doing more cardio and eating less, you slowly increase the foods you eat and you slowly decrease your cardio. And by doing it slowly over time, you will gain minimal fat back and you'll be able to increase your daily calories that you expend. So I'm a huge fan of it. I feel like that's the most sustainable way to come out of a cut. That's what I plan on doing when I'm done with my cut. So yes. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I loved the food for this video immensely, and yes, I will just see you in my next video.